Hey YouTube, this is Sack Guy here. I want to talk to you today about an interesting little knife I have. It's the Eagle Gravity knife. I bought this knife back in the 80s from Atlantic Cutlery for about 10 bucks. I went online recently searching for some information on it, and found the price ranged anywhere from $59.95 to about $147.95. So to say that the price on it has gone up would be an understatement. As far as I can tell, this knife is not made any longer, but don't hold me to that. As I said, I bought it in the 80s, somewhere in the mid 80s, and as I said, I think I paid around $10 for it, because at that time, $10 was quite a bit of money for me, so I don't think I spent too much more than that. Well, let's get into the specifics of it. The closed length of the knife is 4¼ inches. It weighs about an ounce. It's made out of 440 stainless steel. The blade is 3¼ inches long, and the overall length of the knife, when fully opened, is 7 5/8 inches. Now it comes to a spear point, a very fine spear point, and the only markings on the knife, get here, see if you can see there we go, are Eagle stainless steel. There are no markings on it as to where it was made. I'm assuming back then it might have been made in the US. As I said, it's a gravity knife. If you hold it up, the blade will fall out. And then if you hold it up, see if I can get this into, oops. As I said, it's a gravity knife. If you hold it up, the blade will fall down back into it. If you hold it down, blade falls out. Reason for it to be called a gravity knife. One of the cool things about this particular knife is that this button here pushes down. There's a spring, and it releases a lever inside, and then so that the knife can move back and forth freely. You can have this knife at any distance out, and it'll lock in place. But, and we'll bring this down just to show you something. You can't stab into anything. Like I've got a wooden table here. As you can see, it doesn't lock it to where it won't collapse on you. Now, I have stabbed this into cardboard, and it's okay, but if it hits any solid objects, the blade will fold back up into the handle. It's kind of a cool knife to play with. You can flip it around, just do that to open it, just goofing off. And I just bought it because I thought it was unique. It was a gravity knife. I was playing around with it. It cuts fairly well. It's got a decent edge on it. but it's more of the big benefit of it is that it's point, and like I said, you can stab into bags and cardboard and whatnot. And like I said, you can't control how far the blade comes out, so you only want that just to, say, sharpen a pencil or open up some boxes. That point right here, almost needle, and for prying up small things, or if you got a splinter in your finger or something, you can use it to get it out. To me, it's more of a novelty knife than anything else. It's kind of fun to play with, but when I first got it, I did carry it for a few weeks. Didn't really care for it too much as far as daily use. Once in a while I'll carry it, but it's just to have something to play with, really. Like I said, it's all stainless steel, 440 stainless. It's got kind of a nice texture here on the handle. Let's see if you can see that. It's kind of fun to play with. Not very heavy, very light, very slim. The only thing is this button, which works as the lock to open and close. If you're using this knife and you're trying to, cut on something, then you can push that down by accident, and at that point your blade becomes kind of a loose cannon, so to speak. There's quite a bit of blade play in it, in the locked open position, and you can probably hear the rattle. When it's closed, you don't hear any rattle, and it stays open fairly well. But again, there's quite a bit of wiggle room up and down and side to side. But if you're just looking for something that's a novelty or to add to your collection, it's kind of a cool knife. Like I said, I only paid about $10 for it, so I've kept it in my collection just because I thought it was cool. $60 though? I don't know. That's up to you. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed my little review of the Eagle gravity knife. If any questions or comments, put them down below. Thanks for watching, and remember, be prepared.